Hey and welcome. This is Joe Fier, and in this video, we're going to walk you through EasyWebinar. I have Casey Zeman. He's actually the creator of EasyWebinar waiting for a second here, but we're about to crack into a full walkthrough of the system for you to kind of see the inside look, and it's going to be amazing. And remember, actually, before we crack into all of that, we have some really killer bonuses that we talk about at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around until the end because those are definitely going to pique your interest and complement EasyWebinar quite a bit. So in this video, Casey is actually going to walk you through how to set up all sorts of webinars, but it's going to be essentially the first time you set up a webinar with this system. He's going to show you step by step how to do that for automated webinars, for just-in-time webinars, and even for live webinars. You're going to do all sorts of different types of webinars with this one platform. So really quick before I turn it over to Casey, he's waiting right now. But basically the reasons why we like to use EasyWebinar over all of the other softwares out there, because I know there's a lot out there, there's a lot to choose from, is that EasyWebinar really wraps in all of these features into one software. So you don't have to worry about getting multiple tools and multiple things to try to integrate and all that stuff. This does all of that hard work for you. So for instance, here's a few reasons why I really love EasyWebinar, and then I'll turn it over to Casey. So the first thing is that Webinar Jam, for instance, that's a popular system. That's for live webinars. And they actually have a different product that you have to pay separate for that's called Everwebinar. That's for automated webinars. So you actually have to use two tools to essentially do all the stuff that you want to do, because you will want to do both for your marketing. Whereas EasyWebinar, this software actually has those combined all into one tool. So it simplifies everything and it saves you a load on cost as well. Another thing is Demio, that's another popular webinar software out there, and Webinar Ninja don't actually do completely passive and automated webinars. Automated webinars are amazing because you can literally record a really good presentation, set it up, run some traffic, and then you literally will see traffic and sales happening every day. That's exactly what we do. So EasyWebinar actually makes this, again, very simple because you can completely do these passive automated webinars. And a couple more things, Stealth Webinar, it actually forces you to use their own registration pages, whereas EasyWebinar here will show you in this walkthrough, you can use any page you want, any software page creator, and then just embed the actual registration right there on your own page. And then the very last thing, and this is kind of a sneaky little thing that EasyWebinar does, is that you actually have these built-in share incentives, sharing on social media, and then you can almost bribe your registrants to your webinar to share your webinar after they register, so you can actually get more people to the webinar for free. So essentially, you're bribing them with like a little gift, and then they can click the share button and then immediately get access to that gift in exchange for them sharing it with their circles. So that's an awesome and very creative way that nothing else out there is offering except for EasyWebinar. So that's one of a million benefits. I'm going to give it to Casey right now, so he's going to walk you through this whole thing. But make sure you stick through the whole walkthrough here. It's a pretty in-depth walkthrough, but at the end of this video, we walk you through our bonuses that you'll get when you try out EasyWebinar through us right here on this page. But make sure to watch this whole presentation because this is literally your walkthrough of how to create your first webinar in all these different styles. So enjoy, and Casey, over to you, brother.
Joe, you the man. Thank you so much for the intro. I really appreciate it. Guys, are you ready to dive in? I am super excited. Let's do this. Bam!
Casey, I love the excitement, man. All right, guys, let's crack into this right now.
So right now, we're looking at the dashboard. And what I'll do is, let me just bring this closer, and let's go into Evergreen. So here's an example of these are Evergreen webinars. So when you become a client of EasyWebinar, you're going to have your profile area. You're going to have your integrations where you essentially set up your email integration. So like, if you have Entreport or ActiveCampaign or Aweber or Constant Contact, whatever you may have, this is where you're going to set it up right here, right? Then you can start adding events. So, and if you, at any point you need to look at tutorials, we have a support portal right here that literally has tons of different training. Just go ahead and search for a training. This is where you should start. This is the sort of the setup right here. This is if you want to know how to integrate your email stuff, you know, your autoresponders and things like that. Here is where if you want to learn how to use your favorite platforms like lead pages or ClickFunnels with EasyWebinar Optimized Press, okay? You're going to find additional goodies here as well, like FAQ stuff, files and downloads, gear for streaming. So we have some additional bonuses and goodies in here. Different chat options that you can roll in. But really simply put, you're going to come in here and you're going to go into your events. You're going to create your first event with EasyWebinar. So let's say I clicked add event right here, right? And from here, I'm essentially going to start building a brand new event using EasyWebinar. So it's going to bring me into a page that looks like this. And you can see it has these tabs that essentially, you know, show you all the different pages in your webinar, from registration page, thank you page, the event page, a replay page, the notifications, right? The integration, and then there's more in the advanced options. So in the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose, do you want to do a live or automated, live webinar or automated? And let's say you want to do Evergreen. Well, so you toggle to Evergreen and you name your event my first event, and maybe it's my selling my $9.97 program. Okay, now if this is automated, chances are I'm going to set it up. If I'm wanting to do this as an evergreen event, I'm going to set it to my attendees' local time zone, and we already pre-select that for you, right? And let's say that you want to make it every single day. So I click recurring, right? It's a recurring event, and I want to stream it every single day. Now you could do it specific days in the week, like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, your automated webinar streams out, right? And then when you schedule your times, you know, once one time is passed, it'll show the next time. And let's say it's Tuesday, it's going to show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then probably the following Monday if you decide to show 3 different times from the registration page. Okay, I'll show you what this means, by the way. So let's say that I set this up. I choose, let's select that funnel, and I'm going to stream this out in at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Let's do that. Okay. Let's change this to 10. I like 10. Actually, let's change this to 3. There we go. That's perfect. 10, 3, and 7. Now, I'm not going to end the event. You know, I don't need an end date yet for this. I'm going to have it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, a couple things that you can do here. You can actually enable yesterday's replay, which means that if you decide you want to put a video into the replay part of EasyWebinar, it will stream from your registration page an option for them to bypass a webinar, a future webinar, and just go right to a replay. They can go right to a replay using that feature. Now, I'm going to turn that off, but what I am going to do is turn this enable in-time registration, okay? And when you do, it's going to give you a few different times. You can do 15-minute, 30-minute, or 45-minute, and an hour. Actually, 4 times, as you can see right here, right? And what that means is, like, it's going to stream in increments, okay? So I'm actually going to do 15 minutes, and I can have exclude time for in registration. What this simply means is, you know, let's say in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., you don't want your just in time going because it doesn't really feel like people would have a webinar streamed in their time zone at 2 a.m. So I would turn this on and I'd exclude it from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And what that means is, like, it's going, if someone comes at like 10:45 or 10:50, it's going to show them the next time in the morning available. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Now, if you can have just-in-time webinars showing, and you can have future times as well. Now, what I would recommend is you do one or the other. We give you the ability to do both, right? But I want you to do one or the other, okay, when you're doing this, guys. All right, I just think about that. So, but first, let's actually turn this off, and let's show you how this would look if I streamed out the 3 next available schedules, and if I didn't have a block day. So what block days mean is if I put 1 here and someone were to come to the page today, they wouldn't be able to register today because I'm blocking by a day. If I put 2 and they came to the registration page today, it would show them the first available time to register would be for a webinar 2 days from now. But if I have 0, that means that as soon as someone comes to the page, they'll be able to register for the next available time. So it's 10:40 right now, or 4:40 right now. The only time that's going to be showing here is 7 p.m. Actually, no, it's going to show, yeah, for today. It's going to show 7 p.m. today because it's next 3. It's going to show 7 p.m. today, 10 a.m. tomorrow, and 3 p.m. tomorrow, okay, when selecting this. Right, so you select your template, and you put in your presenter information. My name is Casey Zeman. Add an image. Now, I already added images, as you can see here. Save. You can add a description. Casey likes singing, piano, and pizza. Okay. And then you can start building out your registration pages, right? And, you know, how you're going to do this is, you know, you're going to have your headline, learn how to use webinars for building your business. Register today and receive a free gift. Now, on here, you can have an image or video. So like if you wanted to, on the main registration page, you could put a video here, right? So let's say I went in and I wanted to add a video. I would go to my YouTube channel. This is just an example. And I'd grab. So let's like grab this video, copy, take that, and I put it here. You can actually embed a video or put it a YouTube URL. Choose what size player. I'm going to go with that one. And then your description. Now, this is where you're going to have like, you know, learn how to do X, learn how to do Y, learn how to do Z. And each of these can be a bullet point, right? Font size, I can choose, you know, 24. I'll go with like Arial. Okay. Footer text. You have the ability to capture phone and Skype fields if you wanted to, which is kind of nice. And you can actually have a footer text. So if you wanted to, you could have, you know, your brand all through this. Okay. And we remove our brand. Theme customization. If you want to upload a logo, you can. So like I could have, you know, the tribe minded logo added in, right? And I can decide how big I want it. I'm going to actually have it 57 pixels. Yesterday's replay. So you have some customization stuff that you can do here for those who want to do it. Then you go into the thank you page. Thanks for registering. Share news to unlock a free gift. What's super cool about our platform that no other software has is we have a share incentive. And what that means is when people share news of the event, it can unlock a free gift. So let's say I've just registered for the webinar Rockstar event, and I think you should too. This is going to post to Twitter. This is going to post to Facebook, and then you can have, as soon as someone posts, you can have offer like a PDF or a video, right? Really cool stuff. We have a woman who's using video as the reward, and she's nurturing her customers or nurturing her attendees before they even come to the webinar with doing this. It's really, really, really cool. Anyway, I'm gonna keep those off. I'm gonna not have this because I'm gonna share with you what it looks like on a different page. And then the event. Remember, this is an automated webinar, so we're gonna say, I don't actually need a headline, subheadline. I don't need a description. I just need the URL for the event itself. So like, let's say I go to YouTube and I'm grabbing a particular event here. Like, let's say I do this one. And here's the event right here. Grab this. This is how easy it is to put in. There's the event for the automated webinar. This event is 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 31 seconds. So I'm going to come in here, 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 31 seconds, I think I said, right? Well, yep, there we go. And now, do I want to send people anywhere after the event is over? Yeah, let's say I want to send them to my sales page, right? My checkout page. So I would have easywebinar.com/webinar special, okay? Chat box. So for an automated webinar, I'm probably going to have just a contact box where it's going to be a box where they can put their questions, but it's going to be, it's going to not be like a chat like this one. So, and I'm going to put Casey@easywebinar.com as the email to receive the questions. You can also have this, which pushes obviously into your Zendesk, help desk, whatever you may have. And then I am going to go into my offers tab, and this is where I'm going to start to build out my offers. And what this means is, like, let's say, so my offer one is get Easy Webinar now, right? I start to show that at the 10-minute mark, and I have it, actually, we're going to show it at the 3-second mark, and it ends at, at the 4-minute mark for now, okay? And I'm just doing this for show, but get Easy Webinar today with the kick butt bonuses. With the kick butt bonuses. This is me building out a funnel in real time, by the way, you guys. Okay, and you can use one of our buttons, get access now. I'm going to put the easywebinar.com/webinar special. Okay, you can enable a countdown, so it'll actually show the counting down while you have it. So you could have this enabled, and it will show like, oh, there's 10 minutes that offers available. Some other cool things that this is for a lot of you guys who are using all these tools. Well, you can actually have tagging offers or offer tags, which means, like, let's say I want to know who saw the offer but didn't click, or who clicked on the offer. And I can do that. So I can go into my tags. Here's essentially how this works with our system. We have this already. Saw EWM workbook or clicked EWM workbook. And this is essentially how it works. So these triggers can trigger off different things that then you can have in your autoresponders. You can send off messages to different segmented lists based on the actions performed in the webinar, right? Very, very, very cool stuff. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to not have it on, okay? But you could do this. And then for the replay, this is something that our system does that no other platform does. You can actually, for Evergreen events, first off, it can expire X amount of days after the event itself. And you can have the countdown on it. And I'm going to send people to like a, easywebinar.com/webinar is over page, right? As expired. Now, if you don't put anything here, we have our default webinar expired page, but maybe you want to put something that builds your email list, right? So we would have something like this, and you could just use the main event replica or build out a custom replay page onto itself. So your replay pages can actually be different than your main event that's on an automated webinar, right? And maybe you want to put a shorter video here or something. But in the meantime, for me, I'm just going to keep it as the main event, okay? Event notifications, this is where you could start building out, your welcome email. Your welcome email could be, could be, awesome, you did it, right? Congrats, you are registered. Okay. Now you could use one of our already existing templates if you wanted to, and swap out this part and say, congrats, you are registered. Boom, you're done. And then you could start creating your before event notifications, okay? This is what you would send out. So let's say after someone registers, you want to send out an event. You can send out an event one day after they register. And by the way, if they register, 30 minutes before the webinar, don't worry. The one day before notification won't send out. A lot of people get freaked out by that, but don't worry. Our emails don't like back up like that, okay? They're based on when someone registers, and it will always work in the right way, all right? So don't worry about that. So one day, I'd say, we are live in 24 hours, right? Use same template. We are going live tomorrow. So the way I want you to think about this is use these emails to nurture your audience, okay? Nurture your audience. Now, we're the only platform that gives you this ability to create nurtured, really, really nicely detailed nurtured emails that can be sent out. And in fact, I suggest doing this, having generic emails. Maybe they might not come to your webinar, but putting something with a little, with a little more of like you in it, they will, right? So we use this as a way for nurture, and things like that. So here, I'm only going to add one more of these. So you just click this plus sign right here. It adds it number 2. I'm going to do a 15-minute before. We start in 15. What? So, you go like, are you excited? I'm going to use, as I said, like this one. Are you excited? Click the yellow button below to come in. All right, so there we go. Just something like that. Okay, so we have that. Now, the after notification is all based on the replay. So like, let's say 4 hours after, you want to say, the replay is up. And you could say something like, please note, the replay is expiring in 3 days. So now is the time to check it out. Right? And now you can have like a link for the replay. So I'm actually going to go over here and grab these short links, the shorthand short codes, sorry. And I'm going to put it right here. So here's the link for the webinar. All you have to do is put it in the webinar if you want to use our blank template. Or if you want to use like username, copy this, bring this on down and say, hey, username, the replay is up. Right? So that's how this works. See you there, Casey. Undo the bold. There we go. All right. Now, event integrations. This is where you could select your autoresponder. So if you want to have all this go into your Infusionsoft, you click Infusionsoft, and it's going to allow you to create universal tags as well. So like, if you want to, have registration tag, you're going to go and make a registration tag in Infusionsoft, and you can then, assign it. Came to webinar. Actually, that came to replay. Did not show. Left early. Came to webinar. Here it is. Watch the full event. Right. I just go in and create the tags to match the tags of EasyWebinar, essentially. Right. Did not come. Did not show, same thing. Left early, watched the replay, came to replay, right? Now, I don't think I set one up for asked a question, because you can get really dialed in with this, right? Not only this, but the offer tags too. So it's really cool, but check it out. We have all these integrations that do kind of the same thing. So if you want to get super detailed, really create a super good funnel, that's what you could do with this. Pretty cool. And then other advanced options, you could add like your Facebook pixels here, right? Right, to track conversions. You can have your Google Analytics here. You can have anything here. We're using Get Proof to show our or opt-ins. You could have the get proof pixel. So you can have a ton of pixels here, and you can add it to the header script. You can also add it to the header scripts for the thank you page and the event page and the replay page. So you can actually track all these pages individually with actions, right? So you know, oh, someone came to the thank you page, but they didn't come to the registration, or they came to the registration page and the thank you page, but they didn't come to the event, but they came to the replay, right? So you can actually create sort of follow-up sequences all based around that. Okay, we're almost done. So SEO settings. You can actually get your webinars ranked inside of Google by adding browser title, meta keywords, meta description. Okay. You can also rename your page URLs. So like if I wanted to have it called registration for webinar flow, I could actually go and take this and change all these around. So like we'll give you a URL automatically, but if you wanted to change it to make it better looking, you could do that. That's how this works, right? You can click save. Countdown page settings. So there is a countdown page that every webinar has. So we have not yet started the event. Come back when the countdown is reaching 0. Okay. Okay. So we just built out a funnel, guys. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click save and publish. So now it's saving my webinar that I just built, and it's going to be published in our main dashboard area. So it's going to go into our area, and now it's automatically done. And immediately it gives me links. It gives me how do you want to publish it. So it'll show me all the links that I have that I can use. And I can also put it onto like a different page, like click funnel page or lead pages page. So here's my registration page right here. Now, you may have to check to see how the styling looks and things like that and go back in and then sort of tweak. But this is effectively how it would work. So like if I go back in, I'll edit the event. I am going to change this to, let's say, EasyWebinar, or let's say that logo, save and publish. Okay, there we go right there. All right, register for the event. Now remember, we have 3 times to choose from. I'm going to put my name. Register for the event. It's going to take me to a thank you page. Here's the thank you page. I got some emails sent to me just now. Here's the link right here. And it brings me to a countdown page prior to the event starting right here, right? And now let's go and see what the event might look like. So here's the event. So this is an example of what the event would look like.
And then immediately after comes from EasyWebinar.
Right? And so remember we have those offers. Well, those offers will pop in and everything else. Okay. So that's how all this works. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like when you do the just in time. Okay. And display next schedule. So, and I'm not going to worry about this. All right. So now I'm going to save and publish. Okay. So now it shows the next available time, which is 5:15, right? Which is in 15 minutes. So I just missed the one that was at 5. So now this next one is at 5:15, right? And that's how this works. That's how the just-in-time works. Now, this is just one webinar funnel. Again, you could do the live webinars like we did today, and all you're doing with live webinars, you're just clicking the live button and you're going live, okay? And, you know, as an example of what the funnels, you know, sort of can look like, and so we created this to be very similar to that. So like, let's go kczeman@gmail.com, register, you know, so this is one of our other ones. Yeah. So here's me sharing news to unlock a free gift. I'm going to tweet that out. Now I can download my bonus right there. Boom, there it is. And here's my countdown page. So it's a little different of a countdown page, as you can see right here, right? You could share also to your calendar. So if I click here, it'll automatically add in the URL for my calendar date for my event. Yeah. So that's how this stuff works. And then of course you could take the widget right here and you can add it to a ClickFunnels page or any other page that you decide to use. Okay. All right. And so that's how this works. Now the final thing is I will show you quickly how to use the live right now. Actually, what I'm going to do is show you how to do the live in the new version. So check this out. When I log in, I'm going to show you the biggest difference between this and the other one. So when you finally go live, right, it's going to give you two options. To do live, you could go live with YouTube, or you could go into our new Go Live with EasyWebinar room. And if you did, you'd click Go Live, and you can see here that it's pulling in my information. I can pull in my fast-track microphone right here. I can pull in my second camera, and I can continue into the event and go live now, and it will bring me into the room, as you can see like this, going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we are in the new live room. And here's the thing: I just went in, clicked live, and went live. And I could copy this link right here, and I could take it, and essentially I can place it in. I can give it out to people, and they can register for the event too. Like, so I can immediately just send people this live link here, and I can run conferences, I can run events with my buddies, you know, I can run webinars right on the fly if I wanted to, right? Or I could pre-schedule them ahead of time, and I could record them. So we're competing with Zoom on this level, okay? So what does this look like inside here? This is what it would look like. It's in high definition, and if two people came in, it would be right next to each other. And if I were to turn on my screen share, I could do my entire screen, and I could do, let's say, share. And now my screen one would show right there. Do you see that? Now this is HD quality. This is HD quality. And so now with me and the other, you know, the other sort of Casey in the other browser right here, if I register, yeah, so there. So here, what I'm going to do is come into here, turn my mic off. There we go. So I turn my mic off right here. This is me from the admin point of view, and this is my person joining me, right? And this is what it looks like. So that's you joining me, and this is me going live right here, right? Now watch this. I can actually invite this other Casey participant. I can say, you know, I can click here, give them access to make them a presenter. And then that Casey over here now gets, he can start presenting. And if he started presenting, it would bring him, yeah, hold on. There we go. It would bring him into the room as well, okay? That's how that would work. It'd bring him into the room as well. As you can see, there he is right there, right? And then up to 4 people can be in the room. And if no one's screen sharing, it's going to be this type of thing. It's going to be like a split screen. And then if the 4 people, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 people showing at that point, right?
Oh my God, Casey, that is an amazing walkthrough. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for keeping on with us here. Hopefully you see the power of EasyWebinar and actually how simple it is for anybody, newbie or expert, to get their first webinar going, no matter if it's an automated thing, if it's just-in-time webinars, or a live one. All of them work really well, and the power of EasyWebinar should be pretty apparent right now. This is our go-to, and it's absolutely amazing. It's been a game changer for us. I wanted to go through the bonuses that I promised in the beginning of the video that we would cover really quickly here on this page. So obviously we're affiliates and we're partners with Casey Zeman at EasyWebinar, but we really wanted to sweeten the pot. So when you grab EasyWebinar through this page here, through the link on this page, you're going to also immediately get these bonuses here. So when you purchase, you're actually going to get these sent to you as well. We have a massive members area. I'm going to walk through the actual members area too after I describe what you're going to get. But we basically create content like crazy because we always test what we do, and then we like to package up training based on our results. And the beautiful thing is that we do a ton of webinars, and we drive a ton of traffic to our webinars to make a lot of sales, to grow our list and make sales every single day with webinars. So that's essentially what this massive package is our database of what we do to basically make webinars a massive moneymaker in our business. And we want to give that to you if you get EasyWebinar, the software right here through our link. So really quick, let's go through it, what you're going to get. So first is this Rookie's Guide to Webinars. So basically this is if you are brand new to webinars, or even if you just want to get some new guidance, kind of the how-tos of how we set up a webinar, any kind of common issues that that you might run into, that we've already run into, and all of that stuff. This is basically going to put all of your nerves at rest. If you have any of these issues with webinars or just not really sure what to do, this whole section here is going to take care of that for you. So it's really cool. It's pretty much like a course in itself based on how to do webinars. Now, the next thing is everything about traffic. So like I was saying, we drive a ton of traffic to our webinars every single day. So we're actually going to walk you through step by step how to set these types of traffic up. And I'm going to show you in the actual modules in a second here what that looks like. So traffic, obviously you can have a webinar, a great presentation, but if you don't have solid traffic, consistent traffic, and traffic that's actually interested in what you are selling or teaching, then the webinar is just going to kind of sit there on the vine and grow old and not make any money. So the goal is to obviously grow a list with your webinar, to register people, and then to make sales with those people. So, and while delivering obviously value along the way. So this section, this webinar traffic secrets section, is going to show you exactly how to do that to ensure you always have people attending your webinar. Now, the next thing here, and this is actually really cool, is that you can use webinars to sell affiliate products. So it doesn't always have to be your own products, which a lot of people kind of think. It's actually really simple to do affiliate type webinars with EasyWebinar. And we do this all the time. We love to do this. So it's a really cool thing if you have your own products, or even if you don't have your own products. This little course right here is actually going to show you how to set up affiliate webinars so you can get commissions from other people's products and services that you sell. And the beautiful thing there is that you're not having to do any customer service for these products like you would have to do for your own. So that's really cool. It's kind of a different way of thinking, and we'll show you exactly the step-by-steps on how to do that. Now, this is another little training video here that we've given you, is that this shows you how to create automated webinars. And this is really our favorite because you can kind of set it and not completely forget it, but you can at least automate the process a lot more with the traffic that we're actually going to show you up here. And then you pair that up with, a killer webinar that you make with some of our guides on top. And you can then create an automated webinar that consistently makes sales every day. So this is actually going to show you kind of a very tested blueprint of doing that to make this more of a passive type webinar where you don't feel like you have to always be presenting and coming up with new presentations all the time. I think that's kind of a common worry from people with webinars. You're not going to have to do that after you learn how to actually make these automated and create a system around your webinars. So that's really the power. And now what's really cool is because we're really good buddies with Casey Zeman, you just heard him, kind of do this full walkthrough. We actually interviewed him in separate videos and recorded them into the modules that we dive really deep into the specific ways on how to leverage EasyWebinar. So no one else has these interviews. And we really dive deep into the software, pointing out very specific kind of tricks and ways to optimize your webinars the most, to make it the easiest to set up and to generate the most profits with your webinar. So as you can see, it's actually a screen capture video. You see us on screen. This is literally him walking us through the system, but a little bit more advanced than what you just saw here. It actually gets into the specifics on how to optimize things the most. And he actually shows you what's coming up new with the software as well, because there's a lot of new things coming almost every week with EasyWebinar. So when you join, you're actually going to get all those updates as well in your software. So of course, we're always going to add more. So the cool thing with Matt, Wolfe, and I, we constantly are creating content based on the things that we test. So webinars is kind of like close to our heart. It's near and dear. So we're always adding more content. Essentially, this is kind of like a membership that, like a recurring membership that you're not actually paying for recurring. It's a bonus that you get for free when you sign up for EasyWebinar. So you can actually get access to our training here, and you're going to be able to kind of see new things pop in all the time. So let's just look at this really fast. So when you actually join EasyWebinar, you're going to get access to this whole section right here. So it's laid out pretty easy for you. You can see these are all the different videos that we shot with Casey Zeman, and we go through all these sorts of things, all the way down to Facebook ads, to webinars, to what you should do on your landing pages, kind of what's working now in terms of webinars. We go all the way down to pages to retarget. So that's with Facebook and other types of retargeting. This is super powerful, and where a lot of your revenue comes from. You go to some more paid ad kind of talks here, which are that's essential to driving traffic, how to optimize different types of things about the software. So we go deep into this whole conversation here. So it's a good one. Like I was saying, talking about traffic, we do a lot of Facebook ads. So we're going to show you exactly how we do that with webinars. This is one of our most common questions. We have the whole rookie's guide to webinars here. And you can see we have a good sized video here for it, but we also have a full blueprint of how to set it up and how to create kind of a 6-figure webinar system using what we've done in the past and currently with our own webinars. So you're going to get that. And then a whole bunch of bonuses. This is where you're going to see a lot of things that we add to this whole membership. And so all the way from, promoting affiliate products with webinars to automating and actually taking some equity out of a partner type product. That's a unique way of thinking there. And then we have some really big webinar experts that we interviewed, and then we actually dig into their kind of thinking with webinars and a lot of systematic how-tos that you can swipe and deploy for yourself. So the way to get this and all these bonuses, EasyWebinar, you can see how easy it actually is. It lives up to the name, is just click and join EasyWebinar on this page that you're on right now. You're immediately going to get access to the software, and then we're going to send you these bonuses as well. No extra charge for that. And then you're going to be off and on your way and setting up your webinar. You can see how fast and you know how to do it. So join us today, and thank you so much for watching. And also a quick thanks to Casey. He's been kind of waiting in silently at the very end here. Thanks again for that walkthrough, Casey. It was solid. And everybody go check out EasyWebinar now. Go get it.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. Those are some really killer bonuses. That is like virtual high five to you guys. That's real value right there.
Cool. All right. See you guys. Bye.